Billin, Uptown Murph.
Top Billin.
Yo, Jets Nation, you gonna have to give it up to my man General Joe Douglas. Listen, bear with me a little bit, man. Your boy's sick with allergies, man, but I'm excited, over the moon, for my man Olu Fashanu to be a New York Jet, coming out here to Jersey, about to do the damn thing, right? Not having to go far, right, from them Penn State Nittany Lions, baby. Now, listen, you're going to have a lot of people who are going to try to play catch-up with this pick when your boy here, right? Obviously covered Penn State fan and all that. I could tell you any and everything about Olu Fashanu, right? You talk about a technique maven. Olu is that, right? He could have came out in the draft last year and been the same exact pick, right? A top 10 pick. Matter of fact, in a normal draft, right? In a normal draft where people aren't reaching on quarterbacks that are damn near 30 years old in college, right? My man Olu Fashanu was a top 5 pick through and through. He was my number 1 tackle in this draft, right? You're going to say, oh, you biased, right? With Penn State and all that. Nah, brother, not at all. You talk about combining athleticism with technique. We'll get into a little bit of a film study here, right? I know a lot of people aren't into film studies on the offensive linemen, but for those who are, your boy Murph right here, Jersey Murph, I'm always doing the damn thing because I love trench work. And my man Joe Douglas loves trench work as well, and he knows that's going to be the way that sets the New York Jets apart, right? Like I told you, this is the year of the Jets, right? You very well see the New York Jets in the Super Bowl, right? The I-95 Bowl, you know what I'm saying? Like your boy said, Philly versus the New York Jets, that shit's going to be lit. Absolutely lit. But for the Jets to get there, they need to make sure they have the line of scrimmage intact. Relying on 2 33-year-olds, right? Even though those guys are damn good, right? Especially Tyron Smith. My man Morgan Moses, pretty good as well, but definitely not on the level of a Tyron Smith. Come on now, anything can happen. And if you want to get your best 5 out on the field, you have a guy like Olu Fashanu. Well, I'm not, you know what I'm saying, so sure that interior will be his best position. It won't be his best position because he's too much of an athlete, right? He can still lend value to you on the inside. You go ahead and stick him at a guard spot opposite Elijah Vera Tucker, you know what I'm saying, right next to Titman. Come on, baby. That's not a beautiful 5 there. And then obviously he can kick out on the exterior, knock on wood, if something happens to either Morgan Moses or Tyron Smith. That's just, it's just too beautiful, right? Now, I was the one, right? I was championing picking Brock Bowers, and he was right there on the board, right? I thought the same deal, right? You need a dynamic playmaker who can also lend to you in pass protection. That was the reason why I like Brock Bowers. If Brock Bowers wasn't a good pass protector or wasn't a good run blocker, like I know he is, covering him all them years with Georgia, I wouldn't care about that pick either, right? Like, let's just say he was like a Michael Mayer or somebody like that. No, he's a cut above because he adds that blocking prowess into it. However, getting an actual blocker, there's no way you can be mad at that, right? That's being a football guy. Joe Douglas is a football guy, and I can respect other football guys. That dude knows what the hell he's doing, no doubt about that. You can still double back and get a weapon, right? Who's to say that he wouldn't have taken one of those wide receivers? So we can do that, right? Maybe it was just, you know what I'm saying, the process of elimination, if anything, but to me, you go out and get a guy like that anyway. Remember, that was my choice. If not Brock Bowers, I wasn't too heavily into the receivers unless it was Marvin Harrison Jr., right? But I'm of the belief that there are some receivers that are going to be in the second round who could help as well. So no, there's not a second round pick, right? But being able to grab other picks and then shuffle back, maybe you can get yourself in there. If you feel somebody is slipping or, you know what I mean, something like that, somebody like a Ladd McConkey, who I suggested before, suppose they come away with Olu Fashanu and Ladd McConkey. This shit would be incredible, right? I believe A.D. Mitchell's still on the board as well, right? If you want to go with an outside receiver, you know what I'm saying, with an X receiver, something like that. But I still think the inside, right? I still think the inside needs to be taken care of, right? Xavier Gibson, pretty cool or whatever like that. Of course, working with Conklin and Jeremy Ruckert on the inside, not bad at all. Conklin's a very good player, but A dynamic guy who can fly like a lab McConkey on the inside. Come on, man. You can't tell me that shit wouldn't be off the chain, man. But Olu Fashanu, man, say it with me, man. That's football. Football in the trenches. New York Jets football like I remember, you know what I'm saying, when I was a young lad. Let's get it. You have to love Olu's lateral movement first and foremost. You see that right there? When I move, you move. Just like that. He meets that inertia. First and foremost, he has good detonation, right? He can shock absorb with the best of them. He's going to take that and have you transfer that energy while he continues to move in whichever direction you want to go to. He's just going to wall you off. This is an absolute perfect rep. We're going to have to watch this joint a couple of times right here. Oh, look at the physicality. Remember I talk about absorbing the shock on the initial punch, bang, right there. You see that? Oh, my God. Let's go a little slower here. Excellent rep here you normally see in the NFL. Right off the snap there, you see the leverage game being had. The edge play is toast right here. Olu has both hands on him while my man is working with the long arm of the law, one arm. I'm not going to do it right there, but you have to excuse the rest of Penn State's offensive line here. This would have been blocked up had they had better offensive line play across the board, but Olu is doing his job. Yo, this rep right here makes me chuckle like a name buckle. Look at that. Look at this stalemate right here. My man springs into action, bang. Look at that. Why is he still doing his arm under move? He's not going anywhere. Come on, man. Meet that inertia, bang, right there. And look at the base whiff on him. And look, my man with the arm under move, it reminds me of that Martin skit where Martin would play the karate instructor who was always getting beat up by his own pupil. And he was always doing this, but he always tried to grapple. Look at this.
Let's go, punk. Let's go.
Come on, man. You ain't going nowhere on no Olu Fashanu. Here we go. Once again, dampening. Oh, look at that. Once he gets that leverage, right? Once he get, what happened to the quarterback there? Listen, once he gets that leverage, it's just a wrap. Watch him here in the kick step. Always perfect. Makes it look like the same each time. My man gets on the outside. He gets on the inside. And look at that leverage. Lean on him. Thriller style, baby. Or is that Smooth Criminal? Then continuing to work with that foot energy. All you need is the quarterback to get rid of the ball in an ample amount of time. But you can see right there, he will stay on it. No doubt about that. Having pliability at the position of tackle is a necessity, man. Look at this guy's ability to bend here. Going against Sawyer from Ohio State, a very good edge presence, a very strong guy. You can see here coming with the meeting of the minds. Sawyer looks like he wants to run the arc, but then he's going to center him up right in his chest. But look at the bendability right here. Not too far over his skis. Perfect technique there. Sawyer gets into his chest. Doesn't matter. Look at that right there. Anchoring with the flexibility up top. So you got that good base width. You got that good knee bend. You have pliability. You just have an overall makings of a potential franchise left tackle, right? He hit him with the reverse Smooth Criminal. Come on, man. Look at that. That is some great flexibility from your offensive tackle. Continuing to detonate that. Outstanding rep against Sawyer. Jets have one of the best rushing attacks in the league with the best running back in the league, in my opinion, in Breece Hall. To be able to see this dude right here with this gentrification. Listen, straight up gentrification, man. Displacing people up out the building. Look at that. I mean, you're going to get that leg drive. Look at him driving Miss Daisy. I was trying to drive you to the stove, Miss Daisy. Nah, look at that. Come on, man. Gentrification. Obviously athletic enough to get him out on some of these gap schemes. Outstanding athleticism, if you think about it. Very much like a Tyron Smith. They're not too dissimilar there. Bang, you see him on that cross formation block. He can bring the physicality, even though he's probably known more as a finesse pass protector type. He does have a mean streak in him as well. But moving on past that, we see the Vikings traded the number 11 overall, right? We got Olu Fashanu, and you got a 4th round and a 5th round pick. Maybe those picks could be enough to move into the 3rd round and have multiple 3rd round picks. I don't know how they'll get in the 2nd round, but if they don't, there probably will be some receivers in the 3rd round at pick, I think it's 72, that would be worth the Jets. Wow. Someone like a Malachi Corley, if he's there, yeah, you want one of those Deebo Samuel types. He can operate inside out from the slot, make it from scratch game and all that right there. Guy is just a powerhouse at like 6 foot 210. Someone like Javon Baker, who is one of these really dope route runner types. I think he can get it in as well. But we'll have more, man. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Take these studies to message boards, social media, and the whole 9. And I will come back and do more. It's your boy, Jersey Murph. As always, much love to everybody out here in Jersey. Shout outs to everybody in Essex, Rahway, Linden. Big shout outs, of course, to Newark. Big love to everyone in the surrounding area as well. NYC, what up, baby?
Top Billin of Town Murph.
Top Billin villains.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.